Ooh, what's going on, guys? It's a good day to be alive, you know? Or good night, too. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to make some day videos. No. But right now, I'm getting some good on. I'm getting good. The fuck? I'm getting some good shmoney. You know, I'm working 12 a.m. to like 12 at night. That's good money, you know? That's, I can catch up on bills. We're chilling. But obviously, I'm still going to make the videos when I'm off, which is what I'm doing. But now it's the weekend, right? Guess what? That means some pretty footage at some place that I've either been to or haven't been to. Either way, it'll be pretty. And it'll be during the day. Just remember to breathe. Sometimes we get a tight feeling in our chest and we'll freak out. We think, oh, we're dying, get anxiety. No. Maybe through your shift, you're just having you're just having guidance to breathe properly, to relax, to bring your awareness to the present moment, to tap in, right, with yourself, with your purpose, to not think so much. Just feel your heart and breathe in unity with that feeling. You are the drug, you are the psychedelic, There's nothing out there ever gonna give you that high that you seek. Hell no. What you see now. If you're watching this video, you see now that you never needed anything, No cocaine, no heroin, nothing, bro. I mean, that's the point of this video, right? Is it not really? It's there's people addicted to drugs, right, or alcohol, but really they're addicted to escaping reality. Because what are they doing with these things? They're trying to numb their feelings, avoid healing. They don't like the reality that they live, so they try to escape it, right? Whether it's in the form of alcohol, scrolling on the phone, or drugs, or even food. Even me, I gotta eat better. Not that I'm distracting myself, but shit, maybe I was a little bit. You know what I mean? But that being said, a lot of us are indulging too much on these distractions, Because it's like most people think addiction is about the substance, the pills, the alcohol, the habits. But it's deeper than that. It's always been. Excuse me, it's done eating. It's not about escape. It never was. Or actually, it is about escape. Sorry. Sorry. I'm digesting my food, okay? Chill. Give me a break. You know how when you're so full, it feels like you can't breathe? That's me right now. I'm like, too much gas. TMI. Yeah, bro. Some lightage and moonage, hell yeah. Anyways, but it's like, we're not taught this info, it sucks. I don't know. You could say that it's a form of control on the planet. Keep you in a lower state of consciousness, but it's like, really is what this is about. It's about escape, right? Escape from the pain, escape from the emptiness, from a life that doesn't feel aligned. Because we're not doing the work that we should be doing. So instead of changing, they choose to ignore it by numbing themselves and distracting themselves by believing they don't have a choice. But you do. You've always had a choice. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we're taught to numb everything. Be strong. Numb instead of heal. Because instead of feel what happens, people consume instead of connecting. That's what happens. And it's not fun. You're just distracting yourself. It ain't cool. Because, here's the truth, guys. You don't need to escape your reality. You never did. That's just the ego. You know what I mean? You don't need to reshape it. Or actually, you do. You need to reshape it. You don't need to conform or even settle. Believing that you're powerless because you're not powerless. You have the power. You've had the power. Look at all that water, man. I'll do a little bit of the POV view. Shit. Let me get away from the sprinkler. But like, here's the truth, guys. You need to reshape your shit. You know? Start by acknowledging the pain, not judging it, not burying it deep within you, and then not caring, about it and just, whatever. It's how life is, blah, blah, blah. Nope. Nope. You see it clearly. You see it clearly. And then you observe. What do you have to change within yourself? You know what I mean? That's when the opportunities start to show itself. It starts to heal. They start, the people, the practices, the clarity, they all come. The downloads, everything, the vision you seek. It's when you start going within yourself and saying, you know what, this doesn't serve. It never did. It never did. Because it's like, guess what, guys? Once you stop running, your soul finally has room to heal, to rise. And that's when you truly begin to awaken. It's when you finally go within yourself and tap in instead of avoiding what needs to be changed. I said it before, I'll say it again. Depression is merely your body telling you that it's tired of playing the same part. It doesn't serve. We need to change. We can't keep living this way. It's not the right timeline. So for me, I was playing video games for so long, I was getting, depressed. Or even someone who scrolls and scrolls and scrolls, they can get depressed because that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to create. You know what I mean? Like, obviously. And then they're like, oh, something's wrong with me. Oh, no. Your body's just saying, hey, can we switch it up now? Please? I'm not here for this. I'm more than this. And then when you finally, guess what? When you finally are doing what you want to do, been wanting to do for so long, you feel so much better. You feel proud of yourself, more optimistic, more aligned with your vision, and then more in present, right? More in presence. And you're just, wow, I can't wait to see what else comes, Like, we finally started this after for so long of waiting for what? Thank God. Like, I've been there, done that, guys. Shit, actually, hold up. I gotta piss. Okay, I'm back. I feel better. Now you know. But let's take out our handy dandy bright ass flashlight, shall we? Night hike. Anywho, guys. So, I've been there, done that, you know what I mean? When I was in my ego state, depressed, thinking I needed someone to be happy. And this is after my first relationship. That's when all my healing started too. Part of it, but I used to think that I needed someone to be happy. Now here I am. And then when I lost that someone, because, or it wasn't even that, right? So what happened was I liked this girl while I was with my ex. So it showed me that I didn't really even like my ex. Maybe it was just we grew apart. But then I started to have feelings for this other girl. And then, but I was coming at it from a sense of I need you, I want you. If otherwise I'm not happy and I'll hate life, right? That's not attractive. It never was, never will be. You're not a magnet when you're doing that. You're pushing everything away. But so that was a part of learning that I never needed anyone to be happy or whole or feel good and accepted, I am whole and complete now. And now that I understand that, I'm just chilling here, right? I'm vibrating. I'm chilling. I'm being the version of me that I would be if I was with that girl, right? That's all an illusion. Then you come to see that it really is an illusion, We think that once again we're with this person or whatever. Now I can finally be this version of me. No, you could have always been. It was just the ego saying, unless this happens, blah, 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 I'm here to tell you guys, you don't, it's not it, no. You can just be that version of you now. And what ends up happening is you change the script. It'll come. And then so I learned all that. But then that's through being not attached to your heart chakra, right? That's through not being aware and just attached to your ego, thinking that you're the ego and the desires of it. So, and then when you don't connect to your heart chakra, your higher self, you're disconnected, right? You're disconnected to the ego, whatever. So, because of that disconnection to my heart, I would seek it in other ways. Whether it was from drinking, drugs, cocaine, I'll just say it. Cocaine, Molly, ecstasy, all these things. Like, it was really, because what showed me that it was all within me, right, was the plant medicine. So if you know what that is, you know what that is. But you know, stuff like when I would do coke and ecstasy, it's just and alcohol. This is when I was 18, right? So keep in mind this is like 7 years ago. I've changed a lot. Don't worry, but it's like I did all that just to numb the healing, just to numb the hole in my heart. But really, I was just disconnected from my heart and very well attached to the ego. You know what I'm saying? But when you detach from that ego, guess what happens? You become heart-centered. Your higher self is able to flow through, and the ego shuts up. And you see that it was always within you. Always. You know, the bliss, the peace, the love, the acceptance, never from a drug, never from scrolling, never from all this fake dopamine, you know? All that, the real dopamine is the connection with yourself, doing everything, loving the experience that you experience, doing all of what you love, which usually is your purpose, right? Because if you love it, you know, it's for a reason. But all that keeps you in alignment, keeps you at your highest self, you know? And when you really know that you are the spiritual being having a temporary human experience, not the ego, then you just see that the spiritual being having an experience was always okay no matter what. You're always okay because it's light. You're light. You're formless. It's just a temporary form for the consciousness that you're inhabiting right now. But it's like the ego thinks it needs something solid, you know, physical in the reality to, oh, now I'm happy. Now I'm worthy. Now I matter. But you're not the ego, you know? And we love to differentiate and confuse ourselves. You know, there's the ego, the thoughts that we think, and then the real you, the observer, the heart, the awareness. And we can, you know, the spiritual you. And we confuse the two, right? We confuse the mind for it being us, the ego. But it's really not. It's you looking, having an experience. It's you beyond the thoughts. It's the awareness just watching. The one that is watching has always been okay. It's just the one that you thought you were, which is the ego. The ego wants. It wants and wants and wants. It's never okay. So when you are disconnected from your higher self, right? Through your heart, disconnected from the heart, disconnected to ego, it's going in a circle, a loop, trying to find something to be like, oh, now I can feel good, now I'm whole. Whether again it's through numbing, but it's always just within you. You never needed anything outside of you. Never needed. Really, guys, healing starts by feeling. It's cringy. I guess not cringy, but as cliche as that may seem, everyone's said it before, it's true. Healing starts by feeling. Feel it, integrate those feelings, and then you'll heal. Maybe all this happened for a reason, for you to shift and see that you're not that, and you're beyond that. Now you could do this, you know, transform all that trauma energy into the creating the reality you want. Because energy can't be destroyed, right? Only transferred, created. So it's not that addicts are addicted. It's mainly the reason of which they're just trying to escape reality that they're experiencing they don't like. Instead of, and it's like you have the power, you've always had the power. But they believe that they don't and they stop caring. So in order to escape the reality that they're experiencing when it's the reality that they created in the first place, they try to numb themselves through drugs or alcohol or whatever, or entertainment, scrolling, and not feeling or healing, right? When you finally heal and feel that, integrate it, boom, cool. You don't, you know, you let go of what didn't serve. You let go of all that. You saw that it was always within yourself, never from these drugs or scrolling on a phone. It came from creating, from breathing the air, taking walks, getting that sun, you know what I mean? Exercising, connecting to your breath. Breathing. Tender love and care to yourself. TLC. And then doing all that daily, you end up getting a partner, right? Because it's radiating magnetic healing energy for the partner that you'll attract. But you did it in the end for you, not just so you can get, not for the sole purpose of a girl. And it's just like, that's what I've learned too, you know? I never needed anyone to be happy, I just needed myself. And now that I know that, now it'll be easier for me to attract a partner, right? Now I can get a girl. Because I don't care. Either way. And either way I know I'm good. When you know that you're good either way, that's more magnetic for things to want you, right? Things want you when you don't really care anymore. It's funny. But if it's for you, then that's what matters, right? So, I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video, y'all. Just keep feeling and healing and watch your reality shed for you. You just gotta tap in and breathe a little. Okay? Drink some water too, alright?